Variety, they say, is the spice of life. And boy, do we live in one super spicy world. In a world of over 7 billion people, it's safe to say that no two people are exactly alike. Even identical twins have their differences. And if we're being completely honest, we're all unique in one way or another. I mean, look at Beethoven. This guy used to begin his day by finger counting exactly 60 coffee beans for his breakfast coffee. But this isn't about the German composer, so moving on. Despite our individual uniqueness, some people take standing out to a whole new level. Today, we've compiled a list of the top 10 ridiculously unusual people whose uniqueness we guarantee will leave your jaws dropping. Before we begin this amazing journey of uniqueness, remember to subscribe to our channel for more weirdness from around the interwebs. Fasten your seatbelt, you're in for one hell of an amazing ride. Monsieur Magneto. If you don't speak French and have no idea what that means, well, me neither. The good news is Google does. In English, it means Mr. Eat-It-All. Michel Lotito, also known as Monsieur Magneto, earned this nickname because, you guessed it, he literally used to eat it all. When we say eat it all, we don't mean all the food in the fridge in the entire house. That's not unusual, seeing how that's what we all do these days. Michel gained popularity for intentionally ingesting objects that really had no business being in his digestive system. One time he ate a computer. As a kid, Michel suffered from pica, a disease that causes people to compulsively consume non-edible items including clay, soil, paper, and plastic. As an adult, Michel made a career out of it and became an entertainer. He ate bicycles, a waterbed, a pair of skis, an entire Cessna aircraft. Okay, I can't be the only one who sees how crazy this is. He was awarded a brass plaque for being included in the Guinness Book of Records, and he ate that too. No surprise there. Sadly, Mr. Lotito passed on in 2007 at the age of 57. The official cause of death was a heart attack. However, up until his dying day, he maintained his position that his unusual diet didn't cause him any pain or health hazards. To date, his record remains unbroken because, well, nobody's ready to eat a train just yet. The Vampire Woman. What do you do when you get out of an abusive marriage? You make a badass statement by getting a huge amount of body modifications, including a split tongue and several tattoos as a sign of liberation, strength, and courage. Or maybe you shouldn't, just do you. Well, we know someone who did just that. She's none other than a 44-year-old businesswoman, lawyer, and activist, Maria Jose Cristerna. Maria holds the world record for the most tattooed woman in the world, with 96% of her body being covered in tattoos, only leaving out problematic areas like her palm. She got her first tattoo at 14, and it was the logo of a Swedish metal band called Bathory. She earned her nickname, the Vampire Woman, because after undergoing ear expansion, scarification, and getting subdermal implants, eye tattoos, several piercings, dental implants, and a split tongue, she looks exactly like a vampire. She even has a clothing line called Mujeres Vampiro, Vampire Woman. All factors being considered, Maria's doing really good in her battle against domestic violence and is making a name for herself. There's a statue of her erected at Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. Magneto. It turns out the X-Men crew is coming to life one after the other. First, we found Storm, without the cool powers anyway. But Storm, nonetheless, in all her dark skin and white hair glory, is named B. Melvin. But we're not here to discuss the Gambian model. After Storm came the villain Magneto in the person of Edibar Elkiev, a kickboxing trainer with a magnetic body. He claims to have magnetic powers and made it into the Guinness Book of Records by attaching 53 metal spoons to his bare body without any added adhesive. This is one man who will definitely never lose his keys. Some claim that he has no magnetic powers whatsoever because it's natural for objects to cling to a smooth, hairless body. What do you think? Do you think we found the real-life Magneto, or is Mr. Edibar Elkiev just a man who knows how to make good use of his smooth, bare body? Jyoti Kinsaji Amge. Did somebody say Little Women? Jyoti is a real-life, phenomenal little woman. The Indian actress holds the world record for being the smallest woman in the world with a height of 2 feet, 0.6 inches. She became the smallest woman on her 18th birthday after previously holding the record for the smallest teenager in the world. Jyoti is so small because she suffers from a rare condition known as achondroplasia, which is a type of dwarfism. This 26-year-old is not letting her small stature stop her from doing big things. She successfully actualized her lifelong dream of being an actress. Way to go, Jyoti. She has starred in various shows like Big Boss 6 as a guest participant, and in 2014 she was cast as Ma Petite in the 4th season of the hit series American Horror Story Freak Show. Jyoti is definitely living her best pint-sized life and making the most of her condition by chasing and actualizing her dreams. We're definitely rooting for her. What was your excuse for not chasing your dreams and aspirations again? Sultan Kosen. What comes right after the smallest woman in the world? You're absolutely right, the tallest man alive, and he's none other than Mr. Sultan Kosen. What height do you have to reach to be the tallest man alive? Well, 8 feet 2.82 inches, of course. The 37-year-old Turkish native is the 7th tallest man in history, and though he was born with the average height of a regular baby, he later suffered from a condition known as acromegaly that was caused by a tumor affecting his pituitary gland. This condition is responsible for his excessive level of growth hormones and height. In 2012, after 2 years of treatment and medication at the University of Virginia Medical School, his growth was successfully halted. Whew, looks like the sky isn't the limit for him anymore, and for once, that's a good thing. In an interview, Mr. Kosen admitted that his height made it easy to do household chores like change a light bulb, and he was grateful for that. Finding clothes and shoe sizes, well, he described that as a Herculean task because of his height. If you were silently waiting for the part where I would say that he's a basketballer, don't hold your breath, it's not coming. Mr. Kosen is a farmer and a herder, and he's happy with his chosen profession. Elaine Davidson. How seriously do you take your uniqueness? How far are you willing to go to get and maintain a place in the Guinness Book of World Records? 55-year-old Elaine Davidson, who holds the Guinness World Record for the woman with the most piercings in the world, definitely takes it pretty damn seriously. I just want to know how she goes through metal detectors. In an interview, she said she gets through them just fine and only needs to remember to take off her watch. Elaine became the world's most pierced woman with a total of 462 piercings in 2000, and she keeps increasing her number of piercings to maintain her record. As of January 2019, she had about 11,003, with over 150 piercings on just her face and about 500 in her genital area. Clearly, she has no intention of surrendering her title to anyone anytime soon. When asked in an interview how she felt getting the tattoos and how she handled the attention, Elaine said she thoroughly enjoyed herself and found it amusing when people crashed because they were just staring at her. But seriously, who wouldn't stare? She also went ahead to say that people are usually happy to see her, wanting to touch her piercings, and in a very disturbing turn of events, some even ask to kiss her. What has Elaine taught us? Well, when it comes to doing what you love, you shouldn't stop at 10,000. Except if it's drinking alcohol or a crazy gambling habit, then you should definitely stop. Lucky Diamond Richmond. Tom Leppard has been unseated. He is no more the most tattooed person in the world, and in his stead, we now have 48-year-old Lucky Diamond Richmond. To succeed Tom Leppard, you need to have your entire body covered in tattoos. And when we say your entire body, we mean 100%. And that's exactly what this New Zealand native did. He tattooed his entire body, including his mouth, ears, the skin of his eyelids, ouch, and his foreskin. Double ouch. The record breaker is a performance artist, an international art festival performer with various skills ranging from sword swallowing to juggling on a unicycle. If you're wondering what his motivation was, as a child, Richmond said he was always interested in the most tattooed men and women, and when he got his first tattoo of a juggling club on his hip, he realized that he was a step closer to claiming a spot for himself in the Hall of Fame for tattooed people. Is that a thing? If it is, we know whose portrait would be the largest. Ha! Good luck to anyone trying to beat this record. Are you a fan of body art? Ayanna Williams. How does the entire world spend so much time debating on Cardi B's nails and nobody's talking about Ayanna? Ayanna Williams made the cut today for being the woman with the longest nails in the world after Christine Walton relinquished the title and cut her nails. Ayanna is a Houston-based nail technician who's been growing her nails for 23 years, and her nails have grown to a whopping 18 feet, 10.9 inches. Yes, that's definitely more than twice your height. She takes great care of her nails and places them on a pillow when she sleeps to avoid damaging them. Ayanna has revealed that she has no intentions of cutting her nails because they are a part of her, and when asked, she said the only task she avoids because of her nails is dishwashing. Now, I've seriously considered growing my nails and breaking a world record. Yes, I would do all that just to get out of doing the dishes. Sadly, I'm 23 years late. Ayanna went on to reveal that painting her nails takes about 20 hours, a lot of back pain, and 2 bottles of nail polish. You know what, I'll just do the dishes instead. Tai Nyak. Admit it, at one point or another, we've tried to murder the people around us because we were super cranky due to lack of sleep. Well, if this logic is true and lack of sleep really does make everyone cranky, you really don't want to be around this man. Tai Nyak is a 78-year-old Vietnamese farmer who claims he hasn't slept in 46 years. I haven't even been on Earth that long. According to the popular Vietnamese news organization, Tan Nguyen, he hasn't slept a wink after recovering from a fever he suffered in 1973. The senior citizen is mentally and physically healthy and doesn't suffer any underlying medical conditions despite his alleged almost half a century-old insomnia. Never take your beauty sleep for granted ever again, because if there's anything we've learned from Tai Nyak, it's that there just might come a day when you can sleep no more. What do you think about his claim? There have been some speculations that he may be suffering from sleep state misperception and is sleeping but is unable to recognize it. Real-life Barbie. Is it just me, or are all of our favorite movie and cartoon characters coming to life? Barbie's in town. Okay, maybe not Barbie, but Valeria Lukyanova comes pretty damn close. Some people chose to go the extra mile to stand out, and others, well, it just comes naturally to them. This Ukrainian life-sized Barbie doll claims it's all natural. Okay, maybe not all. She did admit to getting breast enlargement surgery, but she attributes the rest of her Barbie-like appearance to her God-given beauty and her strict workout routine and diet. Valeria clearly has no problem with looking like the extremely beautiful blonde doll from our childhoods and uses contact lenses and makeup to further enhance this look. Well, we found Barbie, fingers crossed. We should all be on the lookout for Ken then. If you could look exactly like a movie or cartoon character, who would you want to look like? And that is all, folks. We've come to the end of today's episode. Comment below and tell us what you think of these ridiculously unique people and how far you'd be willing to go to stand out. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and turn on those post notifications to become part of the crew. Till next time, remember, the best thing you can be is you. No one can do it better.